So hello to my second YouTube video, and in this video I'll be talking about what I have learned in my physical science 11 piece 1111. So before I move on, I first start with telling the keywords, which should be like in this page would be millibar, Brownian movement, elastic collisions, nanometer, mercury, pressure, like combined gas law, ideal gas equations, Boyle's law, Gay-Lussac's laws, and Charles laws. And I'd first be explaining about the four important laws. So the three laws of the three famous scientists with the first Boyle's law, which is the pressure 1 multiplied by volume 1 equals to pressure 2 multiplied by volume 2. The next scientist Gay-Lussac's law would be pressure 1 divided by pressure temperature 1 equals to pressure 2 divided by pressure T, but this has to be in case that volume is kept constant all the time. The next scientist Charles' law would be volume 1 divided by temperature 1 is equal to volume 2 divided by temperature 2. So these are the important scientist law. And there's also two types of relationships, which was the inverse relationships and direct relationships. So in inverse relationships, let's say for example, if a pressure of a gas doubles, then the volume of its container reduces into its half of its original size. The relation of this pressure and volume would be in an inverse relationship. So direct relationship would be when there's two qualities, A and B, pressure. If let's say if A doubles, direct relationship, B also doubles. So this is what the direct relationship is. And there's also another gas law called combined gas law, which is also called the ideal gas equation. And this is the volume 1 divided by the temperature, volume 1 multiplied by temperature 2 divided by temperature divided by pressure 1 equals to volume 2 divided by the temperature 1 divided by a volume 2 divided by the temperature 1 divided by the pressure 1. It's also a pretty famous gas law. So the keywords would be like elastic collision, in which the elements doesn't lose their energy, and a manometer, which manometer is the term which measures the pressures of contained gas, and also mercury, which is measured in the form of Hc, and pressure, which is the amount of force per unit area, and also millibar, which is 0.75 millimeter Hc, and a Brownian movement, which was a pretty important in the text. The Brownian movements with the movements of tiny particles being bumped by molecules. So it's like the bump of tiny molecules. And this was it for sharing what I have learned in my Science 1111 pace. So I think it's a pretty fun. As I get higher as physical study, it does get harder, but it's pretty fun. Thank you. Let's see you in the next YouTube video.